Hello, it's Coral Consciously again, coming to you with the second part of that fantastic interview that I call the interview with the Magic Free. You know, even someone like myself who is doing something that they love, something that they're passionate about, can always do with that extra encouragement, that extra discussion, talking with people just as passionate who keep enjoying the music as much as these three men. They've been in it for over 30 years. I think some as much as 40 years, and they still have the same passion, same enjoyment, the willingness to share. And I want you to watch this interview and to hear what they have to say and leave encouraged and refreshed the same way I was. Please like, please subscribe, and please share. And please keep supporting me. I thank you in advance for you watching it and enjoying it the way you're going to. Take care, and I'll see you at the next interview. Bye.
We struggle with words to say and find it hard to walk away. Feel like trouble is here to stay, and you just wanna run away. And you feel like you've been through it all. In the struggles you see the falls, but one thing remains the same, that love's the only way. So how can we ever let go? I got full control. Just when you think about it, it all comes back to love, and there's no way.
All right, Livingstone.
Is that Max?
MAXI, yeah, he's here.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Livingstone.
How come I can't see none of you?
Bubblers, go on,
yeah,
preach.
look like that. Yeah, I can see you now. Yeah, I can see you.
Bubblers,
Yeah.
go on, preach, man. Love it.
Yeah. Yes. Well, so what, Max? How you do?
You see, Bubblers has been in this before it was even called reggae.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? Exactly the point I'm making.
I'm feeling all starstruck now. See, I'm getting
Exactly the point I'm making. In fact, if you look in the dictionary for the definition, it says Carlton Bubblers Ogilvie.
Reggae.
okay.
Yeah. I've been drawn to it from a kid, to be honest, to tell you the truth. Like,
yes.
but basically when I was born, like a couple of years after I was born, you had ska. Yeah, so right. I was born right into that whole thing, the birth of ska, birth of rocksteady, birth into reggae, I was right into all that from birth.
Yeah.
So it's that's why I said it's like the music chose me. I didn't choose the music.
Yeah.
But I don't have no regrets. I have no regrets.
What you brought to the table, Bubblers, can never be duplicated.
Yeah.
Boy, you know, just listening to you, Bubblers, but I felt that from day one I met you anyway. You're just a bundle of joy, man.
Who's paying you? Who's paying you? Yeah, Coral.
No.
I'm not paying him. I'm not.
Bubblers. Yeah. Talk to me serious. You've always been a special person to me.
Absolutely.
Always.
I can verify that. Coral, you know, we were in the studio one day.
Yeah.
And we were on some tune that Max had to get and send somewhere or something like that. And he said, you know what? I'm not feeling good. I can't do this. Bubblers is laying there in the hospital. I need to go and see him.
Oh.
So we just got in the car. I remember that. I didn't know about the plan of that. All I know, I was sick in hospital, sick on a sick bed. Yeah. And I'm there minding my business in my bed. And I'm missing the door open up. I'm missing Max. Look, I go, weird. And I'm missing Livingstone. I said, weird. And I was really taken back by that. They actually took time out to come and visit me. Max couldn't work. Corey, these two men here is very busy people.
I know.
So if they take time out to go and come and visit me, you know, although I'm sick, but even to know that they found out I was sick and come and visit me, I took that really to heart.
I would. Yeah, you know? That means you mean something to them, Bubblers.
Yeah,
but I'm saying, Bubblers. I mean, I came into this business after Aswad them.
Yeah,
you know, and probably. And after still Pulse and them, man, you know, that I probably came into the music business officially probably around about 81,
right?
81, maybe around about there. And I'm sure you probably did a few more years well before that. Correct?
Yeah. Well, I left school. I left school band from 77, and I left school 79, and I was professional from 79 from my school. 2 months I had a job, and that job lasted about 3 months, and I got fired from it because I was trying to do sessions and do the work at the same time, and that just doesn't work. That just doesn't work. And they said, look, you have a passion. You can't serve two masters. You have your job or you do your music. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do the music.
Yeah, and before that, for me, it was about sound system. You know, I was in sound system from probably middle 70s. You know, middle 70s up to the 80s, and then obviously I was with Jashaka sound system as a kid, just kind of lifting speaker boxes and stuff like that. And then my good close. Yeah, just as a just as a young kid following the sound, carrying speaker boxes and stuff like that. You have to remember, Shaka is like, that's my area. That's where Jashaka originated from. You know, my area. And then you know, my bona fide
was that South London? Again? Was that South London?
Yeah, that's South London. That's like Lewisham, New Cross, Catford, Deptford, you know. And then we had the place called Moonshot. Yeah. You know, me and my brother was sneaking out going to Moonshot when we were probably about 11 years of age.
Yeah.
You know, because my dad was alive then, and my dad died when I was about 14. So, you know, we were sneaking out the window through the basement, you know, around the back door and up to Deptford, up to New Cross, Moonshot. And then from Jashaka, I was with Negus Nagas sound system, which was my bona fide brethren, them that raised me in a way. These guys were school friends of people like Dennis Brown, Gregory Isaac, Errol Dunkley, you know, and the list goes on. Do you know what I'm saying? So they were very much in my corner when I started to sing and started to get some popularity on Saxon International sound system.
Okay.
Of which we kind of carried the same trend from what we learned from the great Uri, the great Iri, the great Prince Jasbo, you know, Dennis Brown, the combination between DJs and singers, and you know, God rest his soul, you know, all of them, you know, because these were the men that set the road for many of us, because you have to remember that we grew up with the music coming from Jamaica.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that was the backbone and the groundation of our culture. You know what I'm saying? You know, and we have to look at a lot of these people as disciples.
Yes.
And I say that, and when I say, I don't say it lightly, because we have to kind of remember that our parents then was the first generation to venture and come into an unknown. You know what I'm saying? If you can picture my dad and my mom coming from South St. Elizabeth, my dad, you know, from a Mashiach to Imhan to to a plane or a boat. My mum was spent 6 weeks on a boat traveling to Jamaica, traveling to England. Do you know
same as my dad. He came by cruise ship.
Yeah,
exactly.
Came by plane.
Yeah. So and when I say that they're disciples, is because they were the fire to their fuel, to their strength, for them to even survive in the climate of what I can remember of England. Do you know what I'm saying? Because even as a kid, I remember the fog. You could put your hand out and almost lose it. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying?
Like that.
Yeah. With the vision. Do you know what I'm saying? When young people kind of take for granted a radiator. Do you know what I'm saying? We
paraffin heater.
Yeah, we were brought up with the paraffin heater and not even realizing and not even knowing that half the time we were killing ourselves. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying?
From the fumes.
Yeah, the fumes. I mean, I can remember as a child that you could stand on the bed as we did regular, you know, and on top of the wardrobe and jump off it and jump on the bed and head at the ball and kick the ball and make all kind of make all kind of things happen because we never really had anything. Do you know what I'm saying? But what I was saying is that I could write my name in the ceiling. Yeah. Because of the soot.
Oh. Soot and smoke from the heater. Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm saying, and every morning was a challenge, you know. It was like 4 or 5 of us in one bed. Yeah. And then you had that beautiful spring that would juke up out the bed and somebody would have to kind of move over. And then, you know, every single morning was a fight. You know what I'm saying? Because all 4 or 5 of us as brother, we're going to fight. You know what I'm saying? And then it was like a fight to who's going to light the fire. Then somebody would go and light the fire. Then the next man go sit down beside it. And then by the third man come sit down beside it, there's not enough room around the fire. Yeah. So then it's a push and a pull and a fight and a what. Wow. So when we're going to school, it's like we're all in a row because one's walking behind the other because one vexed with the other and the next one vexed with the other. That was just... You know,
standard.
I take it back. I would never take it back.
No,
because it has given us a kind of an appreciation for any little bit of achievement that we have had over the years, and that's why you know, that's why a lot of us who survive in this game, you know. Hold on to those traditions as our fuel to our fire.
It's being aware of where it's come from, isn't it? It's being aware of the journey that you've had to make. Yeah, you know,
100%.
When people say, "Hey, you know, wow, you should be, you know, you should be at the top of the charts," and you should be. Listen, I'm happy to be alive. Number one, coming from where I came from, and then you know, secondly, you're happy that you're still in this game, and then thirdly, everything goes on top of that is a bonus. And we're winning.
100%, because you know, we have to. We were taught how to appreciate things, and then you know, if opportunity, my mom, I can hear it in my ears. Opportunity, grab it with 2 hands. You understand? And just to echo what he was saying there a while ago is that you know, remembering where you came from. Had so much to do with why you sustain or stay or appreciate or continue to push, because we also came from a generation where we kind of understood that it's not about oneself. Do you know what I'm saying? All of us had a camaraderie that said we were fighting for the struggles for all of us. And it's really purposeful. You know what I'm saying? When you zone yourself into that, it gives you such a fuel to your fire that has so much meaning that we don't just live for nothing. You know, there's a purpose why we do what we do and why we are here today. You know what I'm saying? And
you can tell the people who have lost purpose. Yeah,
yes, and that's what I was coming to. Is that I feel like, and we have a lot to be blamed with it too. Let's not run away from that, because we were new parents. Yeah, new parents from a new. Almost in a new world. In a new world, a new planet. Do you know what I'm saying? Because there was no books there for us. No. Yeah. You know, and we did a lot of careless things because our parents then was also trying to find a way. Yeah. In a land of not so welcomed at many times. You understand what I'm saying to you?
100%.
And you know, we hold on to our spiritual connection that we were grounded with as a child, right? That I think we have lost along the way. We've lost along the way because, and I don't want to down anything, but I just kind of feel like, say, what are we fighting for? Because I feel like we've lost a lot of our spiritual connection as to the purpose and the reason of why we are here. And the struggle continues. We have come yet so far, but we have a hell of a long way to go.
I think what's happened though, Max, is that the goalposts have moved. So when our parents came here, they believed by acting English and assimilating and get your exams and everything would be all right and you'd move forward. Yeah. We bunched up against that wall and realized it was bullshit. And now we try to pass some culture down to our kids. But interestingly, our kids don't want to know it because they've been offered a new, mirage of...
I like the word mirage.
Yeah.
Because I believe that's what it is.
Do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that's what it is.
Yeah. And then, you know, we're on Megan Day today, and then Megan goes and proves that is not the case because it don't matter who you are not being accepted. And so we have to find...
you know, for me, I'm saying that if we go back to the road that we were on, and try to kind of focus ourselves back on that road, we will pick up where we lost. Yeah, and you know, try and move forward. We can't just kind of go, boy, this is where we're at. You know, this is where the buck stops. We have to kind of take one step back to take two steps forward. You know what I'm saying? And I still believe that road that our parents them set, they were wise enough to kind of understand that, you know, if we stay spiritually connected and also try to accumulate an education, that we would somewhat have some groundation to build on.
Yeah, I think on what happened though is that the people that came to England to look for something on top of what they had, and to find that, you know, you really it wasn't, the streets weren't paved with gold.
That what my mum said, that she was told when she the streets were paved with gold. Yeah. That's what
you really had to fight for every, you know, penny that you got. Where I agree with Max is that actually what we already have, I was going to say had, but I'm saying have, is so powerful. And I'm going to tell this story. I don't know, I think I said it to you before, Max, but one of my most amazing experiences is Rotorua. Max said, hey, we're going to Rotorua in New Zealand to do a show. I'm like, I've never heard of this place. Where is this? And big show, man. There's going to be like 20,000, 30,000 people there. Like in Rotorua, New Zealand, that can't be right. How can that? We turned up at this place and there's 30,000 people from around the world. And it's a reggae festival. And white, black, Indian, African, Jamaican, Chinese, Japanese were all there in a oneness. And it made me think, wow, this all came from the tiny island of Jamaica.
Yeah, man.
And they're all there to pay homage. It was more like a religious gathering than it was a show. You know, everybody's there with their, you know, whatever, anything. What that came from Jamaica for a reason. It wasn't just because it was good music. It's because of what we put into the music.
Yeah.
You know, the spirituality that is in the music. And it's something that...
camaraderie.
Yeah, and the idea of one loveness. And it's something that I've heard you say again, Max, is that when asked in an interview, do you mind people taking reggae, you know, whether it be UB40 or whether it be, you know, whatever, and Blue Mountain, blah, blah. Do you mind that people take your music and have lots of success with it? And you say, it isn't ours, it's supposed to be shared. That's the whole purpose of the music. Yeah. And our strength is in sharing that music.
But I just want you to stick a pin there. You're sideways on the camera.
I'm always sideways. Show me sharp.
Are you on your phone, Max?
Me come like razor. Is that better?
No, you're like this. So
I did that because you get a full screen. Really?
No, I think we're all on phones. That's full screen for me.
Good.
Can you do landscape? Can you do?
We should have all been landscape, but it's all good. I'm with you.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Where's Bubblers gone now? Bubblers is gone.
Bubblers.
Don't worry, I'm going to find him and I'll get back to you really quickly. Hold on one moment.
Yeah.
This is a conversation that we need to have. We need to
absolutely.
We have to have more of these conversations because we are the parent of this generation.
Yeah.
And we have to answer for the guidance and the next step that the next generation take. We have to answer for that.
Yeah.
And you have to talk foundations before you talk decoration.
You see what I'm saying?
Ooh,
and you know that's just what it is. You know, it means so much to me.
Yeah. It is important.
Yep.
Very important.
You know, I've been blessed to survive in this business that I love and to do what I love to do. But I realize that there's a bigger responsibility.
100%.
There's a much bigger responsibility than me and my success and all of that. There's a bigger responsibility.
Yeah. That's what I was just talking to Coral about. Is, you know, my love of sharing what I know.
Yeah, you did say that. Yeah.
That's a burning responsibility for me. You don't understand how much I need to, you know, impart, to teach, to pass on, you know, those things. It becomes like so important to my whole being, you know, so I think, you know, we can always talk about, you know, the frivolities and things like that, but if we get our foundations right, everything else flows from there. I really do believe that.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, young kids who are producing and doing a lot of their stuff. Yes, I agree. It's a new time. It's a new technology. But there's a lot to learn from people like Bubblers and people like Livingstone. That comes from the word producing, from its foundation of producing.
Yeah.
You understand? Not just use a piece and use a piece and use a piece and put together a piece. You understand?
I did. I built a rhythm. I got Bubblers to build me one. You know, the experience. I learned a lot from him. But the one thing he said was, get as many people as you can to sing on that rhythm. Because I was thinking, this is my rhythm. You know, but he's saying share it.
Yes.
So what he's saying is true. That's it. That's exactly how he is. You know, he always thinks about getting other people to just share. So it was really
when we used to go in the studio and there was like 5 or 6 people creating something. The same day that we leave the studio, 5 or 6 people go off and tell the world about it. which is different from one person or two people sitting in a room.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? And then finishing and then going off and trying to tell everybody about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a different energy. There's a different spiritual connection.
Yeah. But how did you meet? Because
how did we meet?
Yes, because
we met through the vibration of music.
Yeah.
How did I meet you, Liv?
I'm trying to remember. First time.
I'm saying it's a caliber of musicians. I mean, you've got someone like Bubblers. I'm sitting here thinking I'm in here with Maxi Priest, Livingston. I kept saying that today. Maxi Priest, Livingston, Bubblers. You three individuals are at the top in caliber when it comes to reggae, when it comes to production, when it comes to singing, composing, writing, the whole thing. So
I can't even remember when I met Bubblers. Bubblers would have to tell you when I met him, because me can't remember. Me only remember said that me and Bubblers are brother.
I know.
That's all we see it as.
Because when Livingston, I shared my interview with Livingston on Saturday, and in the interview he said he's known you for 30 years.
Yeah.
30 years.
Yeah, man.
That's a long time.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I think we met through Gary. It was through Gary, wasn't it?
I can hear him.
I came to you. I think the first time you ever met me was I came to your house when you were living in Milton Keynes.
That's right. Yeah, no, of course it is. Yeah. Came to the house in the studio, and
I'm the only person who bun weed in that yard. Them
do you know what?
Bun weed.
I bought the house brand new. Yeah, I bought it off plan. And I had this house kind of nice and everything else like that. And then Maxi turned up. It's like, can I bun weed? Well, rather, if you could. No, well, I can't do my. I can't. Back then, Max was blazing for Jamaica and England. And so he had a couple of space and everything. 6 months later, I could still smell the weed in the house.
Oh wow!
And I'm like, I hope nobody does a raid thing because they're going to think. But that was. In fact, the best thing that came from that was that you encouraged me to get a studio outside of my house.
There you go.
And now you can smoke all you like.
That's the answer. Get out the house. How did you meet? No. You told me how you met. No, how did you know about each other? That's what I meant.
I think it was through Gary Benson. Gary Benson, who I wrote songs like "Don't Throw It All Away." I don't want to be the one who's always asking you to stay. I don't want to be the one to change your mind one more time. You know that song?
Is that?
You know that song?
Are you there?
Yeah, Barrington did it over.
Oh
yes.
Yes, man.
Can I
Bubblers, are you back?
No,
he's coming in. He's just logging in now.
All right.
Okay.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna wait for Bubblers because he might even know how I knew Livingston more than I knew.
Yeah.
Like,
but actually, I knew Max because my sister was obsessed with him. But, and I was not too happy with it. But at the time, I'll be honest with you, I was doing pop stuff. I was, doing stuff with Tina Turner and Bill Withers and stuff like that. And Gary, I think,
and your sister's in your ears about, yo, Maxi Priest.
Yeah, Maxi Priest. You got to work with this guy. No.
Especially because you want to see him.
But for real, I do remember hearing Maxi's voice. And I'm a real voice person. I don't care, what anybody says. People might dance to the rhythm, but they engage with and love music for the voice, the lyrics, what's been said. That's the main point of the whole thing for me. And I remember hearing Max's voice the first time and thinking, whoa, that's next level.
Yeah.
That is just straight away, 2 seconds, and it just blew me away. And it's really weird because I thought I'd be bored of it by now, but I just can't. But it's just voice. His voice.
Why did you want to work with Livingstone? Why Livingstone?
Well, you have to understand, as Livingstone was saying there, he was working with a whole nother section of people, right? But a lot of people don't realize that, you know, I've had this love for the art of singing and appreciation for all genres of music, even though I came from sound system. My groundation is gospel. My mom, just like probably all of you, grew up we grew up with country western. We grew up with gospel. We grew up with R&B. We grew up with, you know, living in England, one of the biggest melting pots of the world for music. Do you know what I'm saying? We grew up listening to Jackson 5. I grew up listening to Donny Osmond. You know, all the musical stuff with Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, all these people. And there's me, and it's only now that I look back and I said to myself, there's me basically arguing with my brothers and sisters to listen to musical, to watch musical films. Cause them know I watch no musical film. What kind of musical movie this thing? But I had a curiosity with the way people sung. You know, I would listen to Frank Sinatra. My brother, them no business with Frank Sinatra. Them no business with that. You know what I'm saying? But I was just watching it just to pronunciation, you know, just the way they sung. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I had this friend that I could always turn to, whether I was happy, sad, or anything. I could turn to my voice.
I know where you're going. Yep.
Do you know what I'm saying? And I could turn to my voice in a house of 3 bedroom with 9 brothers and sisters and 2 other families. You understand? There weren't much space. So my voice was my personal friend that I could turn to at any given time and call on him. And if me get beaten, me can turn upon him. We can turn to him and say, boy, where them do that for me? And just start singing.
Yeah.
You understand? And you have to also understand that spiritual background that I came from, also where my mother was a missionary. And everything that she said to us was a song. She just sing to us.
Singing in prose, talking in prose. Talking in
You
prose.
understand? So from my mother's womb, we had this vibration of this connection, spiritual connection to that thing that resonates from music.
Resonates.
From you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to. I've always wanted to just sing. I don't want to be pigeonholed. And I never ever wanted to be pigeonholed in one way of singing. You know, that's why Dennis Brown was my biggest icon, because Dennis Brown was singing with certain kind of slurs and kind of style on reggae music that I was like, damn, this is where I want to be.
Dennis Brown could have been a jazz singer, he could have been a country singer, he could have been a pop singer, he could have sang anything and it would work.
Exactly. And then so I always had it in my head that I am going to sing, and I'm not just gonna sing reggae music. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, in my camp, I would always utter that and say, and people would be like, okay, then you should work with this man. I mean, I don't know if you know Gary Benson. Gary Benson is a white man who is probably about 70-something years of age. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, and he's written hits for Bounty Killer, for Barrington, for Max, for all sorts of different people. Yeah.
You know, you remember the tune, every person must work. You know, that's a white man of 70-something years of age that wrote that song. You understand? So I connected with him Yeah, because I was always speaking that I want to come out of this box. Do you know what I'm saying? I want my people them to spread. We need to go wide. Do you know what I'm saying? So I was always knocking on the doors going, I want to do it this way. I want to do that. I want to do this. I want to do that. And that's really how I connected with Livingstone. Do you know what I'm saying?
I can understand why you would. No.
Yeah, because I wanted something where I come from culturally, but want to open doors.
And if I could say, for me, you know, my dad was a Rasta. I grew up in a house where there was, you know, it was a reggae tune playing in every room, different room, you know, lovers in my sister's room and rockers in my brother's room and, you know, whatever. So I grew up in it. I left to join a jazz rock band, toured the world, and then I was the musical director with Bill Withers for a while, and then MAXI brought me back to my roots. Wow. And gave me an appreciation that, you know, and
also a solidification that we can go wide. We can go wide.
And so for me, and I'll be honest with you, even bringing me back closer to my dad, you know, just through, you know, working with Max, working with Gary, you know, working with a few people around thing, but you know, it's been a kind of round journey back to home for me.
So how do you, when you have a concept like It All Goes Back to Love, and you, who approaches who first? Is it you, MAXI? You go to Livingstone?
It comes in all shapes and sizes. I might get on the phone and I'll go, Liv, I've got an idea. Liv might call me and say, yo, Max, I've got an idea. Bubblers, I might go, yo, I've got an idea. Bubblers, yo, man, I have something in the me need it for this. Boom, 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 boom. It comes in all shapes and sizes. I might just leave my house with nothing at all and go to Livingstone's house, and then we start playing on the guitar or we start playing on the piano and we bond things. But most importantly, without the restrictions of people trying to pigeonhole us. We are already culturally grounded. We know who we are. Do you know what I'm saying? But there's no reason why I can't have 7 kids with 7 different minds. And 7 different appreciation of different genres of music. Do you understand? And why should I come in and close doors? I want to open the platform that the next generation comes along and goes, wow, this platform's big. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I knew what it was like when the platform was small. So when I did that, why would I want to do that to myself, much less anybody else, especially my offspring? And that is the key to what I'm talking about. Is that we have to think wider than what we see. We have to think wider than that. Bob Marley is not a coincidence.
100%.
It's not a coincidence. You understand? Him come with a thought, a mindset. And them say we drop off head, drop on shoulder. Him father was a captain of a ship. And he that captain ship. You understand? There's a level of intelligence that come with captaining a ship. That you, as a child of that offspring, come with a level of intelligence. You understand? From both sides, both mother and father. You understand? And so that's what I'm saying. It's not a coincidence. His way of thinking, his approach to the whole thing was not a coincidence.
I think on top of that, Max, you know, don't forget, you know, he was living and vibing in England, pulling from lots of different sources, pulling from lots of different influences. And like yourself, he was somebody who was always fascinated by everything that he saw around him.
But that's the point I'm making, Liv. He came out of countryside Jamaica.
Exactly.
Then went to Trenchtown. You know, you know, it was rough for him in Trenchtown.
Yeah, can imagine.
As a country boy, come to town. You understand? And then for him to keep that mindset, right? To work with somebody like Chris Blackwell, right? Who's a white man, right? And then for him to have the open-mindedness of allowing somebody like Chris to kind of go, you know, I'd like to try Nashville. Take the music to Nashville and allow some country western guys to play on and it. They're going, where's the one? Where's the one? and
we dropped the one. It's called One Drop.
Goes, to how the story goes. Bob and Chris is saying, just play. We'll edit it.
Yeah. That's
you understand? And ever since I watched that documentary and heard these stories firsthand, because I've been privileged to be amongst people that have been around the situation. You understand? It solidifies a lot of the way that I look at music is like painting a picture.
Yeah.
Because if the picture is painted and we don't see the color red, gold, and green on it, we almost feel like we've been left out.
Yeah.
May I make any sense?
100%.
Because
100%.
sometimes I feel like say me talk out of the realms of I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm just saying to you that for me,
it's obvious what you're saying.
Pictures. Do you know what I'm saying? And allowing people to feel comfortable with it and be a part of it. Because what good is it that I'm singing it in my own house and I don't let the music out the door?
Exactly.
That's a good point. Yeah.
It don't make no sense.
If you're talking to somebody in the street and they're French, you know, you're going to go, you
have to try and break it down and make them understand.
Exactly. And music
which is also a part of, you know, I learn a lot of this from people like Dennis Brown, John Holt, Ken Booth, Freddie McGregor, all of these cats, trust me, they're not silly. They know what time of day they were in on this. They learned a lot from Otis Redding, Al Green, you know, country western singers, all of these different people, they will tell you that they learned from. You understand? And then they built their own with their own solidarity.
You know, that's because they didn't put any restriction.
No, they exactly. You know, when Dennis Ateli said, "Why Otis Redding is one of my wickedest singer." You understand?
Do you think that sometimes as a culture we can be restricted by people who don't understand the artistic process?
We are already born in restriction because other people are trying to restrict us. And that's what we need to recognize, is that it's not us. It's not us. It's a condition of conditioning us to make us think that, okay, you're second class. And also you should be only seen a certain kind of way.
So
well,
keep on singing that.
The world is mine and the world is yours.
That's exactly it. That's why I asked.
It's true.
That's what I say. Listen, my picnic them will tell you, the world is yours, son. As the world is mine. Reach for the skies, son. Because it's born, live, and die. And pass on to the next generation. And hopefully we have all been responsible for making just that little much more for the next generation to come.
How do you, sorry, I'm asking questions here like I'm the...
Ask me, I'm with you, Liv. I have no problem because trust me, I feel like I'm on a battlefield. That's where I am in my life today.
Pop.
Do you know what I'm saying? Where I am in my life today as a musician.
You
know,
I feel quite good about where the youth, the very young, black and white kids are at.
I think you're absolutely right.
In what?
There is these kids are different now. This new generation, I'm really intrigued and really interested into how they're going to shape a new world. And that goes both black and white. You feel that, Max? You feeling that?
Liv, I believe that we need to listen to them more.
Yeah.
Because if we don't listen to them, they're going to find another door.
Yeah.
And when they find that door, there is no guidance.
Yeah. You
understand? And I feel like that's also a part of our responsibility that we have lacked
100%.
on. Is that we don't listen to every generation. There is a new vibration.
Yeah. Whoa, lyrics again.
Lyrics again.
And if the parents don't listen to that vibration, then that vibration will find another place to vibrate.
Yeah.
You understand? And then all you've done is build segregation again.
Yeah. And that kind of happened between our generation and our parents' generation.
We're doing it again. We're doing it again.
Yeah.
Because we're saying, boy, me not understand what you're saying now. Me not understand what you're not saying. Me not understand the music we're not saying. Just give us a chance. Listen. Listen. And then when you give them a chance and you listen, they will take down that barrier.
100%.
And they will let you in a little bit.
Yeah.
Because they're radical. They're radical. They're a new bull. A new bull.
Well, that's what they're supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to run.
Exactly. And if we think back, we were very much similar to that.
Of course.
You understand? Okay. So I'm just saying that we have to kind of take some responsibility to open the door a little bit more and invite them in so that we can listen.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I think it's
you know, and when we listen more, then we will learn a lot more from our kids.
Yeah.
Struggle with words to say and find it hard to walk away. Feel like trouble is here to stay, and you just wanna run away. And you feel like you've been through it all, and the struggles just seem to falls. But one thing remains the same, that love's the only way. So how can we ever let go? I got full control. Just when you think about it, it all comes back to love.